It's that time of the year again, when we all have to worry about our taxes. And doing your tax return is never a fun thing. So here are frequently asked questions about tax returns for international students in Australia. Now before we get to the questions, there's a bit of bonus for you guys at the end of the video. So make sure you keep watching till the end. Now it's important to understand that international students are considered as resident for tax purposes in Australia, which means you are paying a lower amount of taxes, or you are paying similar amount of taxes as local Australians. Likely you're not considered as a foreign resident, as foreign residents I usually get taxed at higher rates. So the first thing that comes in mind is, do I need to lodge a tax return? If you have worked part-time job in Australia and you have earned more than $18,200, then you need to file your tax return. Now even if you haven't earned that much money, you may have paid some taxes and you would like to get that back. So you will need to lodge a tax return for that. And even if you haven't earned more than $18,200 and you didn't even pay any taxes, you may still need to advise ATO about it. Usually you will need to complete a form that you send it to ATO. It is known as non-lodgement advice form. So the next question is, when do I need to lodge my taxes? Australian financial year runs from 1st of July to 30th of June every year. So after 30th of June, you got up to 4 months to complete your tax return. So usually you will need to lodge your tax return by 31st of October. The next question is, how can I lodge my tax return? So there are various methods of lodging your tax return. You can do it yourself online by using MyGov account. You can also do a paper-based tax return, which is not really popular these days, but some people prefer to do their tax return that way. And it's also useful when you're doing an early lodgement, if you're planning to leave the country. You can also use ATO's tax help program, which is usually run by volunteers, or you can use the services of a registered tax agent. It's very important to make sure that your agent is a registered tax agent. The next one, what do I need to file my tax return? Usually you need only a couple of things. The first one is TFN, your tax file number, and the second thing is the payment summaries. These are also known as PAYG summaries. You usually get them at the end of financial year from your employer. You'll also need to keep the receipts for the tax deductible expenses. If you're getting tax return done from someone else, you will also need to bring some sort of an ID, like your passport or your driving license. So how long it will take to process my tax return? Now usually ATO is quite quick with the turnaround of your tax return. For the online lodgements, usually it takes only up to 2 weeks, and for paper-based return, usually it takes around 6 weeks. The next very important question is, will I get all my tax back? Now there is a bit of misconception about this question in the international student community. As many students earn less than $18,200, they usually get all their taxes back during the year. But if you have worked more than $18,200 in a year, you may not get all your taxes back, as you may need to pay some taxes based on the income you have earned. In Australia, we pay taxes based on our progressive income. So simple as that the more you earn, the more taxes you need to pay. And also very important to understand that as an overseas student, you don't need to pay a Medicare levy, as you are not entitled to Medicare benefits. So make sure to get a certificate for Medicare levy exemption. We'll put that link in the description as well. Now that was all about tax returns in Australia. But hang on, before you go, there's a bit of bonus for you guys. Our friends from Tax Assist Accountants, Ash and Yuvraj, have offered a really generous discount for our overseas student community. If you are an international student, they're going to do your tax return for only $29 this year. All you need to do to get this offer is to sign up through the form given in the description below. But they're being extra generous with our community. They're going to choose 5 students who will get their tax return done for free this year. So be quick and sign up through that form. Winners of this competition will be announced on our Facebook page. So make sure to follow us on our Facebook page. I hope you get your taxes back soon. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.